Enchanté, mon amours. It's totally Tuesday. We're here for our Oracle manifestation reading with the magical mermaids and dolphins. Hope everybody's doing well. I am. I just got in from work and oh my god, it was such a fast work week. I'm already on my Friday night. So I've got 3 days off ahead of me. I am so excited. So you know what that means. I can finally film the 2023 monthly predictions. And I don't know if you guys didn't see the 2022 playlist last year. It was something that I would say, just because I was familiar with it from doing and uploading and editing that whole thing, but I made references to it the whole year. Before last year, I used to do this in a photograph journal form, and I would do like photos of the reading and like put an album aside in my photos in my phone and have them, like I could go back and see the cards every month, like if I needed to throughout the year. It was crazy. It was such a cool thing to have a reference for. But this past year, I just was remembering like that stuff from our videos all the time. And, you know, sometimes I would go back and like make, you know, reference them. And I couldn't believe how helpful they were and how pretty much accurate they were in a general sense. So I'm pretty excited to find out sort of what our year is going to look like. Even more in, you know, a little bit more detail than in our 2023 yearly predictions, which that was a really amazing workshop. We talked about the energy that I was getting, like the messages and downloads about the energy for the year, and kind of like the themes that of like soul school, like what were going to be some of our lessons and things we were going to be working with. What is the next season of life going to be looking like? So it was really good. And then I also gave some really helpful, practical, deep wisdom Kabbalistic tips that you can apply to your everyday practice that will help you utilize this year's coming energy, which I'm already feeling like this year has been such a great, like, it's felt effervescent. I feel like this year has been a glass of champagne so far. It's been easy going, it's been harmonious, even the chaos has been hilarious and dumb, and it's just like everything's just sort of feeling like we're on the up and ups, you know, essentially. Like it's just like good times are coming, you know. Feels like a good old 80s movie, a feel-good 80s movie. I love it. All right, let's see what we need to know for our, and then that yearly predictions is up. It's kind of like tucked in on its own 2023 playlist, but you can find it in the videos, or if you go to my channel and look under my listed playlists, it's right up there. All right, Yens, let's tune in to see. Let's see, I didn't have any crazy things happen at work tonight. No, like upsets or like nightmares like last night. If you want to know what happened last night, just go watch the opening number of yesterday's video, our opening monologue. But yeah, tonight was just a good time. Good quality time with the Fifth and Taylor fam. All right, what do we need to know for our highest good as we are, you know what, I did see rest as I'm shuffling. It kind of like flew out before I was ready, but this one's always fun. This one always tells me that, I guess I'm just going to go ahead and take this card. You know, Amanda Palmer, she was in the duo Dresden Dolls. It was this really cool sort of indie, sort of like metal cabaret two-piece from like the 2006's area. But she came out with this book called The Art of Asking, and she's, you know, an artist who developed, like, she grew an audience organically, a lot of it from Twitter, and had like a really personal relationship with her audience and stuff. And so one of the things that she was talking about in her book, it was like the art of receiving on every level as an artist. But one of the things that an artist needs to receive and to receive from themselves to receive information or to inspiration is that staring at the wall time. And I never knew what to call it, but yes, as an artist, as a person that is ambitious and I want to make a lot of things and do a lot of things, I feel very like, driven and like I need to be productive all the time and use all my free time. But what I forget is that it's when I get into, it's like when I'm meandering and I'm not like, I'm aimlessly wandering through the day and I am literally just like catching myself staring at the wall in a trance and wandering around, and then I'm like, oh, maybe I'll just go stroll through the forest. It's like those aimless times that I get really inspired and I have some of my best ideas. So that time is valuable too. Shabbat, God is like, you need a weekly rest where you completely unplug, where you tune in and you connect like in a really deep quality way with your higher power, with what refills your spirit, with what renews you. And you need to rest and you don't need to work and you need to just play and be at ease. And part of doing that demonstrates to the universe a really high level of certainty, trust, and self-worth. It's like, my needs matter. I deserve to be here. I don't have to earn every freaking breath that I take in this world. Sometimes I can just be in this moment at ease and in grace, right? So enjoy some rest. I know I'm going to do that over the next couple of days. Well, it's going to be a bit productive, but I will rest some. Waves of prosperity. Yay! I'm feeling that. Okay, so one of the things, since this is our manifestation reading, I did want to report a couple of manifestations. So I've been talking about for months that I wanted to manifest a busy January at the restaurant. And basically in Nashville, our January in the past for entertainment and for hospitality, it's usually very quiet in Nashville. But this year I had a feeling that it was going to be different. In past years that I've worked in restaurants, you get no table. You get maybe 2 tables a shift in January. This year has not been like that at all. I think I've been successful in manifesting a busy January because so far it just feels sort of like business as usual, maybe just a slight lull, but it's been great. It's been wonderful. So that was a manifestation. Another manifestation was that, the townhouse that I live in is, it's in fairly good shape, but there's just some things about it that are a bit rickety, but it's a rental and I figure, it's great for me, so whatever. But I feel like if I tell the landlords this, and they might jack up their rent if they have to make all these repairs and stuff. And it's just stuff from where this neighborhood flooded a few years ago. So there's also spots in the roof where the squirrels have pried their way in between the molding and things, and it created some damage and made some holes where they want to climb in between the roof and the top space in that ceiling area or whatever. So it's leaking out my heat and it's costing me energy and making the house draftier than it needs to be. And so I've just been thinking man, I really would wish they'd come fix some of that stuff. And I wish that they would figure out a way to keep the squirrels out, because not only are they really loud, but I worry about them getting trapped in the walls. And I've actually woken up before because I hear them scratching, they're falling through cracks. I'm like, oh my God, this is so morose. And they sound humongous. They sound like dogs, fighting in the ceiling. And I was scared that they were going to chew some of the wires up, but my brother got up there and checked, and he said there wasn't any exposed wires. But yeah, so anyway, I've been wishing that all this would be taken care of. My brother comes over one day and foams up the holes and tries to fix it, but the squirrels got back in another hole. And so randomly today, I didn't put in a work order or anything. I look outside and there are these men unloading construction materials in my car. And I'm like, what is going on? And I was like, hey, how's it going? What are y'all fixing today? And he was like, yeah, there's some holes up in the trim up there and around the roof and everything. And I was like, oh my God, this is so great. They came and fixed it. within a matter of an hour and a half. I didn't even have to worry about like having to like lock up the house to go to work. They were done before I needed to leave. It was amazing. Didn't even have to ask. So thank you, universe, for that. We manifested lots of really great snacks tonight at work. I mean, we started with a plate of like brownies and cookies. I think we had a tartare, a beef tartare. We had macaroni and cheese. We had sausage and cheddar biscuits. We had hot chicken biscuits. I mean, we had the works. We make everything from scratch daily. And so at the end of the night, if there's things left over in the batch, we just get to eat them. It's like every night is a feast. I haven't cooked dinner once this week, but I have been living on like not the best, not the healthiest food, that's for sure. But it was great. And one more manifestation. So I went out and I went to start my car on the way to work, and it was like it wasn't wanting to turn over. And I felt like it was because, and I had even told this girl recently, I was like, don't leave your thing plugged into the cigarette lighter because it'll drain your battery like slowly. And I didn't even listen to my own advice. And sure enough, I think that that's what happened. And so I was trying to like turn the car on and it wouldn't turn on. And I was like, oh my God, I don't have any like men around to ask them what to do. And I was just like thinking about all the images I'd seen from movies. And I was just like, maybe if I just like keep on turning it really hard and give it some gas. But I'm like, this isn't an old truck. This is just like a Nissan Rogue. Like I'm probably gonna like ruin my engine or something. But I took a chance, and I prayed also that Jesus would help my car start, and it did. And I made it, and I made it home again tonight, and everything was fine. So praise the Lord. Waves of prosperity, people. New abundance and exciting opportunities wash over you now. I'm feeling good about this. I feel like keep your eyes and your heart open this week and stay focused on your manifestation. Pay attention to little bits of inspiration where you can just chip away at these goals little by little. But I just have a really good feeling that there's like surprises circling the runway, right? So keep your gates open so your planes can land and your ships can come in. Consult an expert. More information is needed. Contact someone with expertise in this area. So this is a card that came up recently as well, once or twice. So I would say definitely put it out there to the universe that you want to attract maybe an online coach like from YouTube or somebody that is an expert in the category of your manifestation or categories of your manifestations that you want to manifest. If there is something very specific, like if you're working on getting a business up and going and you need to talk to an accountant, maybe it's time to go talk to an accountant. Things like that. Like if you're like on the fence about maybe you need to like hire a consultant or an expert or maybe talk to a therapist about something or a coach, it might be a good time to do that. I mean, this card keeps coming up. It might get you over the hump, but they might just have a bit of a different angle of looking at something, or they might know about different resources and they might have a great idea for you that you hadn't thought of yet. So consult an expert. I was reminded just now of in our full moon reading for the next 2 weeks over our waning cycle, we were warned about bad advice. So just as you're out there getting advice from people in life, just remember that every single person is giving you the best advice that they think they're giving, but it's also coming through their lens, their perspective, their experience, their baggage, right? So take into account how far along this person is in their conscious awareness, in their journey, right? In their soul's growth. And if their opinion is necessarily right for you, right? So maybe a lot of people can be giving you good advice. And maybe a couple of people throw in their opinion and it sounds like, oh, that sounds reasonable, that sounds logical, that's true to tradition, but we got that bad advice card, and we've been getting it too earlier in the summer. It came up a lot. And so if there is something thematic that you've had a bunch of people weighing in on and you're like, oh, like it seems like I should be following that advice, but something about it just doesn't seem right for me, there might be some advice out there that's been given to you that traditionally seems right, but it may just not be applicable in this situation. You know how, like, it's like somebody will tell you this and they'll give you that caveat. They're like, all right, like 9 times out of 10, this is how it is. But every once in a while, okay, sure, like that 1%, you know, it can be the other way. So just keep in mind that you need to consult an expert, but be really, like, pay close attention to your discernment. And if something's telling you maybe that's not, it sounds traditionally like the right advice, but you just feel like it's not right for you, trust yourself. Trust yourself without being too stubborn or unwilling to, like, be honest or realistic with yourself, if that makes sense. Okay, morning affirmations. This has also been a card that's come up a lot over the past few months, and it hasn't come up recently, but the other day I actually was thinking, it was in the morning, and I was like, I should say things out loud this morning. I should do morning affirmations. And for some reason, it always seems so hard to just, like, use my voice in the morning and just say the things that I'm already thinking. Why is that? Like, why is that something that we procrastinate, or something that it just seems like, oh, it's too much trouble, I'll try it later? When you wake up, when you're, you know, going pee, when you're brushing your teeth, getting your coffee ready, whatever it is, while you're waking up, before you're, you know, already distracted with the day, that's when you're malleable, that's when you're mutable, impressionable, right? The veil is thin, you're still so connected with that dreamy world. That's when you want to do those gratitude practices. That's when you want to say these affirmations. That's when you want to set your magic foundation for the day in the morning, before, you know, you get wrapped up in all the world, because you're still surrounded in the light of the cleansing that you just came through in your sleep, when your soul left your body and went into the astral realm and had that mini daily judgment day. Like, when you wake up, you're still really connected, you're still really cleansed, and that's the most positive hours are in the earliest parts of the day, in the morning. That's why when we do our secret teachings of Jesus at midnight, that's the first hour of the next day. It's the most positive hour of the day. There's no negativity in it yet. But as you go through your day, you get more negativity, more tired, more irritated, all that stuff. So set your intentions early in the morning and use your voice early in the morning for your affirmations. Okay. I kind of want to pull one more card. I just want to pull one more. Hold on. I want to, soulmate relationship. I'm going to turn all these over because a bunch of them were flipped and then it's going to be too confusing. Okay. All right. Now one more card. One more card to end us for the week, to set us out on our journey for our manifestation this week. Treasure chest, an unforeseen windfall of new abundance comes to you now. Okay, you guys, waves of prosperity, treasure chest, unforeseen abundance, and a windfall on the way. I'm feeling good, and that freaking soulmate card was wanting to flip out. It's determined out of every deck every week. So you guys, we got big potential right now. Big potential for things coming in. 2023, baby. I'm feeling it. I am feeling it, and I'm feeling it good. It's feeling like disco. All right, Yins. Well, I hope that y'all have a good rest of your day, or if you're a little night owl, you have a good rest of your night. And I am going to see you again tomorrow. And yeah, I'll probably be filming most of the day tomorrow. I hope I can, like, get out into the woods. It's been kind of nice temperature and stuff around here, so take advantage, get out into the sun for a little while, and then I'll do some filming. All right, ciao.